Buenas tardes, Gunners Collective. Back at it, you already know. Here goes another one. It's the double up. Like a motherfucking smack addict. Orderly, as you can tell by that thumbnail, the Paisas are dangerous, homes. They're no joke, right? For those of you that sleep on them, for those of you that think that they won't smack on you, oh, guard! I might need your assistance on this one. You might have to back my play. No, not this way. This way, right? Because I'm going to tell you right now, Paisas are a different breed, right? They're different people. Now, there are people. You know, we are derived and we come from the same sangre, the same blood. Maybe a little bit watered down, but at the same time, it's the same sangre. And I got a lot of respect and a lot of love for my Paisas, for my people, for my Mexican national gente. And that's raza, plain and simple and period, you know. But in a menudo style of direct fashion, I need to tell you a story because they had me shook up. And this is no doubt, man. This is real life. These vatos had me shook up, tied up, beat up, all kinds of different things. From the feet up, toenails were clipped. I'm going to tell you for reals, in real life, man, no added preservatives. These vatos were different. So for those of you that don't know my story, you know I have several baby mamas, right? When I say several, that's four. Four kids, four baby mamas. You do the math. That's it. 4 + 4 is 8. 8 women plus their mothers, the suegras and the primas. Oh man, shit gone wild, right? It was definitely a rough road for me. But at the same time, in the meantime, in between time, at the end of the day, I love my children's. So that's just what it is, right? And my baby's mamas always will have a place in my heart. It's a black ass heart, but you got love, you know? So now trip out. What is it? My second baby mama, right? Who's resting in peace and no longer with us. She definitely was Mexicana. She was from Apaxigan, Michoacan, if you guys know where that is, right? And when I met her, it was love at first sight. And I knew right then and there, I'm trying to put babies, multiples in her. I was only able to do one, but so I was good. That was just the way it worked out, right? Spensa la tira. But at the same time, this was probably one of the best relationships I ever had because we were on that same level. We were on that same page. We never really fought. There was never really any discussions or arguments that, you know, if there was a discussion, we got along. We decided to sometimes agree to disagree. And basically, we never disagreed. It was always all love, and she could cook like a motherfucker. So, you know, it was on. As long as I had the people on standby, which it always is, and it continues to be. Like and subscribe, right? I definitely was with it. She was damn near with it, right? I say damn near with it because sometimes she was, sometimes damn near she wasn't, right? But it's just how it was. Now, trip out. I remember one time, you know, after we had split up, and that's a situation and a story in itself that I'll tell you guys one day. I get caught up at the club with some other chicks. Now, hey, we was having a break, guess this. So, you know, when we're having a break, you know what I mean? Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar. I need me some Arby's. Orderly, I need me that blonde and that brunette. I need me that number 2 with an orange twist, right? I got to get mines. You got to get yours, so I got to get mines, right? Now, trip out what happens. So I go to a club, and I've told a little bit of this story before. One of her homegirls spots me with another chick. I even tried to get at her homegirl because I wasn't knowing this was her homegirl. You know, fine women attract fine women, and then there's always that torta that drives them around in a Honda, a broke down Honda too, right? Or an Acura. You know what it is. Anyway, so this Honda was fucking, she was bad. I remember I tried to pop at her. She wasn't giving me no play. She just gave me the evil eye. And I schmobbed on over to another chick, and I was getting a whole lot of play. So I was scared. We were dancing to some of that new edition. If it is love, why does it feel this way? And I was all happy. I was getting my Ralph Tresvant on, and I was about to get my Johnny Gill on in the bed after I did a little bit of Bobby Brown. So the game was going to be good, right? And I was doing this. Oh, shit. I thought that was a hurricane blowing. That was just a motorcycle. Now, trip out. Anyway, so we're kicking back. We're doing our thing. And me and this one chick and this other chick comes. She makes a big old scene. Hey, aren't you with my homegirl? Don't you got her pregnant? Whoop-de-dee-whoop, whoop, womp, 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 womp. And I had nothing to do but look to get caught, right? I got caught. I got busted. Cold busted. Now, sit down here. I'm so disgusted with myself. I didn't know what to do, right? My first impulse was to get the fuck up out of there. So I did, right? And I remember I told the chick, hey, call me. Don't ask no questions. And I bounced, right? Now, I was still trying to work it out with my baby mama because at that particular time, I was in a situation where I was already done with her. She was done with me, but I didn't want anyone else to have her. Is that hater shit? I guess it is, right? It is what it is. If I can't have you, I don't want no one else to have you. That nalgan, the way that thought bounced, I was scared. Tigo bitty. I'm trying to do mines, right? And get mines. And I definitely was in her situation, but of course she changed the locks on me, locked me up out of the house. She thought she was slick, right? But I paid the rent in that motherfucker, right? And she definitely called me when the rent was due. Soca, right? So I was on some Soca shit, so I paid it. You know what I mean? I paid it. Keep it real, guys. We all do. So anyways, I remember thinking to myself, man, I got to figure out a way to get back up in this apartment. Maybe I'm just going to come up in here while she's not here. She's going to be at work, and I'm just going to lounge. Just saying, when she gets home, I'm going to say, hey, make me some fucking tortas. That's it. I'm here. I ain't going nowhere, Holmes. It worked before. Would it work again? Well, you're going to find out, and you're going to find out how the Paisas get involved in the situation because it was a dangerous night. So anyways, like I said, she comes from Mexico, and I had met a lot of her immediate family, but I had never met a lot of her primos and tios, and I didn't know all the situation. I didn't know all these gente. I didn't know exactly how big her fucking family was, but I definitely was going to find out that night because every single one of them cracked me in my mascara, right? So I definitely was kicking back, and she comes home. Now, the way I got into the pad was I was smart. I went to the landlord. We were in some apartments. I said, hey, I lost my key. They were like, sir, you know, I think the locks were changed. I said, listen, man, to what degree can I not get in my house? I'm on the lease, right? That wood shit, brother, right? So they let me up in there. They opened it. Bam, I'm up in there. I'm lounging. I made me a peanut butter and jelly sandwich because I already know she's going to make some ceviche when she gets home. I'm already making plans. I said, I'm a winer, diner, hung, and 69er. So it's all good in the hood. This is what I'm thinking, gente. But it wasn't to be. Oh, there was definitely people getting beat up that night, and it wasn't cheeks, right? Could have been, man. That's why I got the fuck up out of there. I'm tired myself. The Paisas were acting different. Now look, trip out. So I'm right there kicking it. And she walks in, and when she sees me, she drops her bag, and she just looks at me. She goes, what do you think you're doing? I said, I'm eating a peanut butter sandwich. So I need you to chop the crust off because I don't like it. She was like, you need to go. I said, man, this is my pet. I ain't going nowhere. We need to have a discussion. She goes, nah, you cheated on me. You were with other girls. I said, we was having a break, a timeout. I was trying to break me off a little piece of some Kit Kat bar. I'm good. I'm back now. I'm myself. See, I hadn't ate a Snickers bar that day, so I was out of my mind, right? But now I'm back. I'm me. I done fucked up a king-size Snickers. I'm ready, right? She was like, nah, you got to go. And of course, there was never no fists or hands or anything like that ever to be thrown between us. It was just kind of a little bit of an argument. And I said, I ain't going nowhere. So you go. Take your 8-month pregnant up out of here and go to my swagger's house, right? Okay. I thought I was tough. She said, okay, I'll be back. She hit me with some of that Terminator 2. And I was just chilling like, okay, whatever, man. So she leaves. I'm looking out the blinds, right? All sad because, damn, it didn't work out. And plus, I ain't getting no ceviche, right? Or torta. The shit was bad. Well, she came back about 25, 26 minutes later, right? And anyways, there's a knock at the door, and I know it's her because no one else would come to our door, I hope, right? So she's knocking at the door, and I answer her. I'm like, what's up? But it wasn't her, ese. There were 6 big-ass Paisas. Now, you know what kind of Paisas I'm talking about. Usually, 5'6", 5'7" is about the limit, ese. But push it to the limit. These vatos were all 6+, right? Vatos bigger than me. They walked up in there like, ¿Qué pasó, amigo? I said, pues amigos, right? We're friends, homes, right? At least I thought we were. They might have been my friends, but that day they were my enemies. So look, this is what happened. They told me sit down. They needed to have a talk with me. I could barely understand what they were saying, right? Because they were speaking some different type of fucking dialect I ain't never heard. To which jungle she pulled these vatos out of, I can't call it like an alcoholic. But they were about to get their vivo los tres animales. They were going to get their tres animales on right now, right? And I was like, oh shit, how do I get out? Do I just jump through the window? Fuck it, I might get cut, but it might be worth it, right? So anyways, I'm posted up, I'm sitting down. The older vato, he's talking to me. I say older, at that time he was like 40, 42. I was a youngster, like 25, 25, something in that area, you know. So I was a young homie. Anyways, but I was activated as fuck. So I was on my north this shit, like, hey homie, I'm a gang member. You know what it is? They said, sentate puto. I said, okay. Right, so I sat my ass down. And they continued to start talking to me. Now, one of them jams and he goes outside to smoke. And I'm telling him, can I have a throttle too? Because I was trying to wiggle up out of there because I started to sense there was a shift in the atmosphere in the air. Now, the whole time I'm in there, she's in there cooking. So I'm thinking, damn, maybe I am going to get my ceviche, right? Maybe they're just going to have a talk with me. Everything's going to work out. But at the same time, something ain't right. You know what I mean? I'm looking to see if they have chainsaws and things of that nature. They didn't. So I knew, obviously, my head was going to stay intact. Possibly. Everything was going to be good in the hood, right? So trip out on this. The vato that goes out to smoke, he comes back with rope. That's it. True story, right? And they say, and I get up, like, what's up, man? What's up? Let's get off where we're mad at, because it's at this point, fuck it, they're going to do something to me. And look. And allegedly gets pulled out on me. Now, it looks like something Wyatt Earp would have, you know what I mean, that tombstone. I'm like, oh, hell nah. The vato's about to get his vaquero on. So I said, oh, shit. So I sat back down, and he's like, let me finish. Órale, finish, paisita, right? So he's getting his move on and his Hoover groove on, right? And he's letting me know exactly why I need to leave the home and to never come back, and that his niece ain't going out like that, and I'm going to support my kid, and I'm going to be a good man, and I'm going to be a faithful man, even though we're not together. She could cheat if she wants, but I can't. They're giving me all kinds of rules and regulations that I don't quite agree with, but I'm not nodding my head or shaking my head, because at the same time, my eye is on the tuquete like that. Now, up until this point, I had always had good vibes with the Paisas, man. See, I was one of those norteños that I always showed my people love and respect. I knew where the fuck I came from. I know there's that stigma that the norteños were belittling the Paisas up north, that they were treating them bad, that they were making fun of them, ridiculing them, robbing them, and things of that nature. And there were some people doing that. And not necessarily norteños, a little bit of everybody. Yes, they were victimizing our people, man, and I didn't like it. If I seen it, I was about to get off where I got mad at, right? Because I definitely had love for the raza, and I was trying to voice that opinion. That's it. I was trying to second that emotion. I was definitely letting them know that I had their back. Got my back, I got your back. I know I'm trying to get your niece from the back, but we'll talk about that later. That's how she ended up with the stomach like that, right? She's mean mugging me the whole time. Vatos are eating tacos, they're getting down eating tostadas, and I'm sitting there starving like Marvin, stomach grumbling, mind racing, right? Paisas looking wicked and evil, dangerous, right? Vato pulls out the rope and starts to proceed to try to tie me up. Now, I wasn't going to go out like that. I was like, nah, you're not going to fucking tie me up, homes, because I knew if they tie me up, it was going to be game over. And I was like, damn, to what degree? So I'm trying to talk to my baby's mom. This Paisa's talking to me, and at the same time, he's right here, I'm over here. I'm like, damn, girl's going to... It ain't that serious. All you had to do was tell me to leave. She said, I did tell you to leave. I said, well, I want to leave right now. Can I go now? She said, brother, you ain't going nowhere. I was like, oh, hell no, right? She done went menace to South Central on me while drinking her juice in the hood or in the barrio. And I was like, damn, right? So these Paisas are talking amongst themselves. And like I said, a whole different dialect. They weren't speaking Nahuatl, and they definitely weren't speaking Spanish. To what degree of Oaxacan they were speaking, I can't call it, but I knew at this point I had to make my great escape because it was about to go bad. And it was at that point when I stood up, boom, I get hit. Now, have you ever got jumped by 6 Paisas? Well, let me tell you, it's like getting jumped by 6 brothers. It's the same damn thing. It's like a food stamp to $1. Can't buy hot food, but at the same time, in the meantime, in between time, it hurts. It's oh, how it hurts. And these vatos all over the place. Now, I had one, I ain't gonna lie. He was getting the Thundercat. I got Thundercat. I was getting his ass like Lionel, right? I was definitely dealing with him, but at the same time, I was getting beat up from the feet up. These vatos, one vato was biting my leg. Serious business. This really happened, right? Let's just say, man, and I'm not one of those guys, I'm not a content creator that's going to lie on myself and clout chase and try to act like I'm the winner, chicken dinner all the time, because that's not facts. This is all actual and factual. They beat me worse than I've ever been beaten in my life. I done fought with black dudes. They hit hard, right? But I survived this shit. I done fought with Woods, brother. Breath stunk and smelled like coffee, but we got off, right? And brother, hey, the woods get their them hands too. I done fought with Southsiders. I done fought with other Northerners. I done fought with everything up under the sun. I think I fought with an alien one night. I can't call it like an alcoholic. I might have been on mushrooms, right? I just don't know what it was. But at the same time, I done fought with pit bulls and hyenas and all kinds of shit, right? Look, Paisas fucked me up more than anyone else. And why? Because they're family orientated. They're dangerous. One thing about a Paisa is if you mess with their familia, there's no bets. All bets are off. They were literally trying to kill me that night, right? Eventually, I made it to the front window and I dived through the screen. Did I run? All the trolls, are you guys ready to call me a punk and make a video about it? I was gone, right? Mobbing as fast as those Air Jordan 1s could take me. It said the bands were banning. I was gone, right? But I'm going to come back, though. Motherfuckers better not be here, right? So I get downstairs, calling my homeboy, baby. Hey, fool. He's like, what, fool? Shit, man, I'm over here trying to get on my lawn. Hey, listen, bro, I just got jumped. For real, fool? Who got you the other side? Them things come from Outwater. What's happening? Nah, fool. Some Paisas. Fool, click, right? Dial tone. I call him back. He's like, come on, bro. Don't ever call me on no bullshit talking about you got beat up by some Paisas, bro. You better step the game up, Humps. You're supposed to be a Northerner. I said, no, you don't understand. It was my baby mama's deals and her primos, and I think it was maybe her new old man. Either way, we need to go back. So, of course, we went back. We pulled up. And you know what happened? True story. I'm leaking. I'm beat up. We got up in there, me and my homeboy, and we got an allegedly or two. We're ready for whatever, right? Vatos were the nicest vatos in the world. When we got in there, they handed us a Modelo. They handed me a Corona. I remember they handed the homeboy a Modelo, because up until that, just a little while ago, I didn't even never drank a Modelo, right? That's facts. So they handed me a Corona, and they're like, you need to just take that as a warning to leave my niece alone. You need to take that. I said, nah, hell nah. Oh, hell nah. I need to catch a fade or something of that nature. And the oldest one, the biggest one, got up and he says, pues, let's go outside. I said, I want to go outside in the rain, right? But not with you. But I definitely went out there with them, and we caught the head of fade, and I boo-bopped his old ass. Boo, boo, boo. Now, you got to understand, he was about 40, 42. When I say old, I was young. Boo, 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 boo. I was catching him with the tiger uppercuts. I whipped his ass all over the parking lot. My baby's mom is screaming and crying. I'm telling her, be quiet. I don't want you to lose the baby, you know what I mean? Because then these Paisas are going to cut my head off and blame it on me. And let's just say this. After we did that, we drank the fucking rest of the night, and everybody was cool. And I understood the situation. I understood what my people were saying to me. They were saying to me, show some class, show some respect for your lady. And I definitely had respect, but this hyena was just on a mission to hurt me. You know what I mean? She was bad. I guess I hurt her feelings, so she was trying to hurt my integrity and my body. Definitely worked out in her favor that night, right? But I got mine, so I felt cool. And the homeboy, he was already over there fucking smoking a bubbler in the fucking room with another paisa doing lines of coca. I was like, what the hell's going on here, right? What, you're supposed to be over here killing people and backing me up. I'm over here catching a fade. You're over there all pooped out with the homeboy thinking you're Grupo Firme and fucking Tekashi 6ix9ine, hanging. It was wild that night. You know what I mean? I think they transitioned from drinking fucking Modelo to Bud Light. Whatever they were doing, they was doesn't it, cousin it. And I must say, on power, I was over here getting my ass whipped and beaten smacked. Now, we drank all night and it's all good. One thing I can say about the Paisas, my peoples and your peoples, man, raza, definitely not to be slept on. Definitely ain't the ones. And when it comes to fuck with their family, they'll get off where they're mad at. They get off on your headpiece. And I remember years later, we split up. We never got back together. They just never worked out for me. My head was never the same way. I wasn't right. You know what I mean? They call me can't get right, just like that movie in life, because I could not get right after that. About to hit me hard, right? So anyways, trip out. We end up, we would have like a birthday or two for my daughter. And, of course, I was one of those fathers, a hands-on father. I'd be there, take care of my kid, help with the best I can, give her money, whatever. Take my kid, here and there for an ice cream. I was a good dad, definitely. And I tried to be in my daughter's life as much as I could, as much as her mother would let me when she wasn't in Mexico. And so anyways, I remember kicking it with all these vatos, and I recognized every one of them, and we end up all being good friends. To this day, I still fuck with them tough. I'm about 2 more baby moms down the road, but I'm going to tell you right now, when you have good raza and they become familia, especially with Paisas, once you fight them, homes, and they respect you and you guys really got it, shit, homes, I can call them anytime right now. Hey, pues, Kyle, they'll come right now ready, con un pinche whiter, ready for whatever. Oh, pues the trolls are tripping, let's go. Right, snip the clipping and get to spitting, bang, bang. You know what it is, man. Nothing but love for the raza, but they were dangerous that night. They were very dangerous, and I definitely got beat up from the feet up. Now, there's a lot of people on YouTube, there's a lot of people on social media that always try to claim the fame that, that they're winners all the time. They always win every fight, every battle. Oh, they cannot lose. He's a suck in a poop butt, huh? Sometimes you have to take that L to turn it upside down, add something to it and make it a dub. If you heard what I said, I'm smoking on that hub. You're tripping, right? And these are real life stories. For the people that think our people, the Paisas, man, are some suckers or some punks, man, you got the game twisted. Like I said, very dangerous individuals. They planned on other things that night. Thank God I was with their niece, because if I wasn't, I think it would have got way worse, Anyways, with that being said, I hope that you move smooth with a purpose. Those are all facts. Those are all true stories. Look, you don't believe me? If I took my hat off right now, I have a lump right here. I got shot right here, but this lump right here is from that Paisa when I thought he hit me with the shovel. I don't know. You know what I mean? I thought he did. Anyways, with that being said, I hope that you like and subscribe. Hit me with that thumbs up or that thumbs down. See, Heavy's going to be the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to strive and struggle with the double up every day, because I'm going to do what I does. Because, hey, to all my homeboys and to all the Paisas out there, shit, game recognized game in the game, man. You know what it is. Bang, bang.